1,000 years ago, a king did the unthinkable. He didn't just conquer lands, he brought the sacred waters of the Ganges to the heart of the south. This is not merely a temple, it is a victory etched in granite. It is Gangaikonda Cholapuram, the city of the Chola who conquered the Ganges. Here, time does not move, it exhales. As the sun dips low, the temple begins to glow, not from the light without, but from the spirit within. This is where the earth meets the divine, where the echoes of ancient chants still vibrate in the very air you breathe. Reaching Gangaikonda Cholapuram is a journey through the scenic heart of Tamil Nadu. If you are traveling by air, the nearest gateway is Tiruchirappalli International Airport, just over 100 kilometers away. For those preferring the railways, the closest major stations are Kumbakonam, about 35 kilometers out, or Ariyalur, both of which connect easily to Chennai and other southern hubs. If you're coming by road, the temple is well connected by highways from Tanjavur, Chidambaram, and Chennai. A 5-hour drive from Chennai or a quick 2-hour trip from Tanjavur brings you right to these ancient dates. Whether you hire a private cab for the best views or take a local bus, the path to this Chola masterpiece is as beautiful as the destination itself. The history of the Gangaikonda Cholapuram temple is a saga of imperial ambition, military triumph, and architectural evolution, often called the feminine counterpart to the Thanjavur Big Temple. Its story is officially documented by the Archaeological Survey of India. The temple was commissioned by Emperor Rajendra Chola I, the son of Rajaraja the Great. While his father established the Chola Empire's foundation, Rajendra expanded it to its zenith, reaching as far as Southeast Asia and the Ganges River in northern India. After his successful military expedition to the north in 1023 CE, Rajendra assumed the title Gangaikonda Cholan. To commemorate this victory, he shifted the imperial capital from Tanjavur to a newly built city, Gangaikonda Cholapuram. According to the Tiruvalangadu copper plates, Rajendra ordered defeated northern kings to carry pots of sacred Ganges water to the south. This water was poured into a massive man-made lake called Chola Gangam, now Ponneri Lake, which he described as a liquid pillar of victory. Standing at the center of this new city was a temple that seemed to defy gravity, while his father's temple was built with rigid, masculine lines. Rajendra chose a concave, curvilinear Vimana at 180 feet tall. It was purposefully built slightly shorter than Tanjavur's tower, a silent mark of respect from a son to his father. But what it lacked in height, it made up for in mystery. The architects used a sandbox foundation, filling deep trenches with river sand to act as a natural shock absorber. This is why, despite 1,000 years of monsoons and tremors, not a single stone has shifted. Inside the sanctum, the 13-foot Shivlinga sits on a base of Chandrakantha stone. This legendary mineral acts like an ancient air conditioner, keeping the inner chamber cool, even when the Tamil Nadu sun is at its fiercest. To the side, you find the Simhakeni, a massive stone lion. It's not just a statue, it's the entrance to a secret well where Rajendra poured the Ganges water. To this day, the lion stands guard over the king's liquid pillar of victory. The walls of this temple are a library of stone. One specific carving of the Chandesura Anugraha Murti tells the most personal story. It shows Lord Shiva tying a garland around a devotee's head. Historians believe this isn't just a myth, it is a portrait of Rajendra himself, being crowned by the gods. Deep inside the dark passages, faint traces of Chola and Nayaka murals still cling to the walls. These paintings once glowed in vivid colors, depicting celestial dancers and the very kings who walked these halls. They were the cinematography of the 11th century, telling tales of war, peace, and divine intervention. As the Chola sun eventually set, the city was reclaimed by nature, but the temple remained. It survived the rise and fall of the Pandyas and the Vijayanagara kings, and even narrowly escaped being dismantled by British engineers for dam materials in the 1800s. Today, as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, it stands as a testament to a king who reached for the Ganges and brought a piece of heaven back to the south. The Brihadishwarar Temple in Tanjavur and the Gangaikonda Cholapuram Temple represent the dual peaks of Chola imperial architecture, both constructed primarily of massive granite blocks using a sophisticated mortar-less interlocking technique and a shock-absorbing sandbox foundation.
The Thanjavur temple was built around 1010 CE by Rajaraja Chola I-II, symbolized the foundational strength of his empire, featuring a masculine, rigid, straight pyramidal vimana rising to 116 feet and topped by a monolithic 80-ton capstone. In contrast, his son Rajendra Chola I commissioned Gangaikonda Cholapuram around 1035 CE as a victory monument after his northern conquests, famously sanctifying the site with Ganges water stored in the Simhakeni. While both share a similar axial layout, they are distinct in their silhouettes. Tanjavur is defined by geometric power and ancient Chola murals, whereas Gangaikonda Cholapuram is celebrated for its feminine, curvilinear tower standing at 180 feet.
More intricate wall sculptures like the Chandesura Anugraha Murti and the unique Chandrakantha stone that naturally regulates the sanctum's temperature.
The mysteries of Gangaikonda Cholapuram reveal a level of scientific sophistication that seems ahead of its time.
At its foundation lies the sandbox engineering, a brilliant anti-seismic design where deep trenches filled with river sand act as a natural shock absorber to protect the 180-foot granite tower from earthquakes. Inside the sanctum, the floor is paved with the legendary Chandrakantha stone, which reportedly possesses climate-controlled properties, staying cool in the scorching summer and warm during the monsoon. Externally, the temple's curvilinear geometry is so precise that the tower's shadow is said to collapse into its own tears, never touching the ground at certain times of the day. Beyond the physics, the Simhakeni is rumored to hide secret underground passages leading to the king's ruined palace, while the Chandesura Anugraha Murti sculpture presents a historical enigma depicting the conqueror of the Ganges, Rajendra Chola I, not as a warrior but as a humble devotee being crowned by Lord Shiva himself. We spend billions searching for ancient aliens or lost technologies, but the greatest mystery of the medieval world is sitting right here in a quiet corner of Tamil Nadu. How did they calculate the concave math of a 180-foot tower without a computer? How did they engineer a sandbox foundation that laughs at earthquakes? And why does the Chandrakantha stone still breathe cold air in the heat of a 100-degree summer? The truth is, the Cholas didn't need magic. They had a mastery of the physical world that we are only just beginning to rediscover. Gangaikonda Cholapuram is a reminder that progress isn't always a straight line. Sometimes, the most advanced technology on the planet isn't made of silicon and circuits. It's made of granite, vision, and the sheer audacity of a king who wanted to touch the stars. The ultimate story of this temple isn't about war or water, it's about a son finding his own voice.
Rajaraja gave us the power of Thanjavur. Rajendra gave us the grace of Gangaikonda. One is a shout, the other is a symphony. One is the mountain, the other is the river.
By building this feminine masterpiece, Rajendra Chola I proved that to honor your father, You don't have to imitate him. You have to evolve beyond him. As you walk out of the temple gates, you realize that the rivalry between these two giants didn't result in conflict, it resulted in the two greatest structures ever built by human hands. The Chola dynasty may be gone, but the conversation between father and son continues, written in the eternal language of stone.